Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Year 6 National Championship of the WKU Dynasty here on College Football 25. What's going on, everyone? It is head coach Stevie Balls, and today we get to witness the number 1 Stanford Crimson taking on the number 2 Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. These are two 14-win teams that entered the college football playoff with a bye, number 1 and number 2 ranked, not to mention a rematch from the Year 3 National Championship, which was the first and only national championship for the WKU Hilltoppers. We make it back here with a true freshman quarterback, Tyron Knott, a true freshman Heisman-winning receiver, Nick McNeil, senior I'm the Nacho, freshman Simon Yu, a inconsistent but good defense, and Stanford is here, ranked above us, which I find disrespectful because they're the ones looking to get revenge on us. But with that being said, they are playing with a chip on their shoulder. They were one overtime touchdown away from tying up the national championship in Year 3. They threw a pick, and that is what caused us to win. So the rematch is finally here. We are finally in our second national championship. As you're getting a look at Tyron Knott's incredible freshman year stats, 49 touchdowns, 12 picks, almost 5,000 yards passing, not to include his rushing numbers, which he got more rushing touchdowns than I'm the Nacho in his senior year, but almost 800 yards for the senior, and that's not including his passing yards. We look at receiving, 2,000 yards and 23 touchdowns for Nick McNeil. Simon Yu with 6 touchdowns. Jeremy Skaggs with 6 touchdowns. 9 for Nolan Rice as well. Aaron Jennings is going to lead the team in solo tackles this season. And looking at our offense compared to the SEC, we were the number 1 offense by about 700 yards. I don't think we led the rushing game. Tennessee was the worst offense. We led the passing game, and we were number 4 in rushing behind Texas, Ole Miss, Mississippi, whatever the fuck. And we did lead points per game by about a whole touchdown margin. And passing touchdowns, Georgia was just ahead of us with 4. So we are an established SEC team, and we are back-to-back SEC champions. Subtle flex, baby. But this is a big game, ladies and gentlemen. Defensive-wise, we were one of the worst, but I also think these stats are kind of inflated because I guess our 9-minute quarters are a bit more than what's being simulated with the other SEC teams, so I try to take that into account. But with a 6-year dynasty, we're going for natty number 2. We're established in the SEC. We've won 3 Conference USA championships and 2 SEC championships. And as you can see, getting a head coach look at Stevie Balls, 5 winning seasons, overall record of 69-17 to this point, 80% career win percentage, 75% in the playoffs, 5 conference titles, 6 drafted players, 1 national championship. Can we get him number 2? And Stanford's coach, David Bargava's not that bad as well. 61-24. His playoff record is 6-3. Ours is 6-2. He has 2 winning seasons, but he's got more drafted players than us. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your starting lineups. Tyron Knott started the season as a 72. He's up to an 80. I'm the Nacho. His final matchup is today. Our senior, our 90 overall, Lee Desiree, also one of our return specialists and passing backs. Nick McNeil's a 90 overall freshman. Simon Yu progressing nicely to a 76. Nolan Rice, this is his last games along with Keontae Exum in our receiving room. Jeremy Skaggs, only a sophomore, already a dynamite player on offense. 83 overall, 80-something, 84 at senior center. We've got 1 senior lineman. We've got a senior right end playing his last game today. A senior in Mafu Hardman taking his last snaps today. George Capers and Martin Osgood, 2 incredible linebackers who have done phenomenal this year. Today's their final game. We've got Joshua Sash and Steve Magnifico taking their last snaps today. We've got Aaron Jennings taking his last snap today, and I'm pretty sure our kicker, Jamarcus Barr, is still a sophomore, so we don't have to worry about anything there. But we've got a handful of really powerful seniors today, and we want them to go out on top. We got to do this for them. The legacy of WKU, the legacy of head coach Stevie Balls. Let's meet the new Stanford team 3 seasons later after beating them in the national championship. Chris Madden is a junior, 94 speed, 92 excel. So we've got a scrambler on scrambler QB matchup, and Chris Madden does have seniority over Tyron Knott. 90 overall. Antonio Hazelton is going to be the starting running back. Definitely got to keep our eye on him. Receiving wise, I don't think we're going to have to worry about too many speedsters. We had Alik Ale Manor, who's now on the Titans in real life, who torched us last game. Offensive line looks pretty good, mid-80s, about pretty comparable to ours. Overall, they are higher than us on the roster. They do have some nice linebackers. Defensive tackle is okay. Good linebacker room right now. 80s, I see the corner room's a little weak. Nick McNeil can definitely get a little shiesty. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Natty. Easily the 2 best programs in college football this season, both coming in at 14-1. The 1 seed versus the 2 seed. Is it gonna be national championship number 2 for head coach Stevie Balls, the WKU Hilltoppers? Freshman Tyron Knott, freshman Nick McNeil, and this group of seniors leaving with I'm the Nacho and the all-red crispy uniforms the SEC putting on? Or is it going to be the Stanford Crimson, who have that top spot in the polls, who are looking for revenge after a heartbreaking shootout loss in season 3? Let's find out. WKU is going to come out on offense first. Some wise words from the head coach to the freshmen. Go get it done, baby. National championship number 2 is here. We're going to start on play action. This play has been effective all season. Tyron Knott looking for McNeil. It's covered up. He's going to take off with his legs, showing his agility. That is a 12-yard run and a first down pickup for Tyron Knott to move the chains on the first drive of the day. About half a minute into the Natty. Knott, there's connection number 1 with Nick McNeil. Want to get him going early. That's a 9-yard gain, and that's how you get it going. Shotgun snap, inside zone. That's going to be I'm the Nacho, who's got a big gain. That's a 10-yard run for the senior to start his final game in a WKU uniform. We've got one-on-one with Nick McNeil to the left. Do we have the separation? Not taking the snap. Gonna take a shot to McNeil. Hit as he's thrown it short. Tipped in the air. And that's an interception. Tyron Knott has been so good recently about not turning the ball over, but he gets aggressive on the first drive. He's hit as he's thrown. The pressure lets up, and that is an early turnover, and Stanford now has an opportunity with the halftime advantage to go get some points. And like Tyron Knott, Chris Madden is also an athlete wearing number 21. There is too much aura in the championship right here. That's an 8-yard gain to get it going for the Crimson. 2nd and 2. That's play action. George Capers was right there, and that's deflected out of bounds. Joshua Sash, the senior, makes the play there, bringing up the first 3rd down of the day for Stanford. 3rd and 2 on their own 44. It's a shotgun snap. That's going to be short. Morgan able with the play, tackles him right at the line of scrimmage, and Western gets bailed out. The turnover doesn't go for anything, and it's now going to be punted to Lee Desiree. Desiree on the return, following his blockers. That's a solid gain there, up to the 33, and we've got decent field position. Let's see how Tyron Knott responds to the early turnover. We're going to go with an early run to I'm the Nacho here. Keep setting the tone in the running game. Number 9 is going to get wrapped up right away. That is going to be a beaten block, and that is a loss of 3. Setting up the jet touch pass here for Nolan Rice now. Motion man for the senior. We've been getting him involved in these. It's been working pretty well most of the season, and it's going to be a solid gain of 6 to get half of that lost yardage back, bringing up a 3rd and long for Western. Not from the shotgun, gonna hit Simon Yu, who is met right away. And so far, it has been a rough set of drives for WKU. I was hoping he would hit the punter there, but so far, not really getting the wheels turning just yet. And on the return, he should have been tackled earlier. They're going to start their next drive at the 35. It's been a highly defensive matchup in the national championship so far, about halfway through the first quarter. Play action for Chris Madden. He's met right away. Martin Osgood, the senior, with a big hit, and that is a big loss of 8 for Chris Madden and the Stanford offense. A nice momentum play. Do we get them off the field again here? A disadvantage, 18 yards behind now. Jet touch pass, somehow finds a hole up the middle and somehow turns 12 yards out of that. Should have been blown up right away, but it's a more manageable 3rd and 6 now for Chris Madden. Shotgun by himself, we're expecting pass. The pass is caught, a missed tackle, and that is going into WKU territory. A nice play there made from the receiver. Up to the 46, single back formation. Stevie Ball sending some pressure. Morgan Abel would have had the running back. Instead, that's batted down. Great coverage there from James Venice to bat that one down. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. At the 46, here's Chris Madden again. They're going to go back to the run game, and that is going nowhere, containing it pretty decently so far. Only a gain of 1 there, and we got another 3rd down opportunity to get them off the field. From the shotgun, Chris Madden, Jr., looking for revenge for this program. That's a dime over the middle. James Venice doesn't make the tackle. And the first touchdown of the day, the first lead of the day, is going to Stanford. It's been a shaky start so far, but it is time for these freshmen to step up to the task. Tyron Knott from the shotgun. There's McNeil. Need to get this kid the ball if we want a chance. He's already got 27 yards, and that's a quick 1st down. Nice and easy. Bread and butter. Passing has been our bread and butter all year. We like I'm the Nacho, but Tyron Knott is too talented to not give him opportunities. That swung out to Nolan Rice. A big hit after a gain of 6. Hangs on to the ball. 43, 2nd and 4. Almost into Stanford territory. Here's another jet touch pass. Nolan Rice on back-to-back plays. Looking for the outside edge. Great blocking from Simon Yu! And that is up to the 38. A huge gainer right there for Western. 2nd and 10, sticking to the pass game. Not gonna swing it out. I'm the Nacho. It's a little low. He hangs on and carries that momentum to a 1st down. We are beating them in the 1st down margin, 5-2, but their big plays are what's got them in the lead right now. Back to I'm the Nacho, getting involved in the passing game per usual. Want to send him off the right way. That's another 1st down. Last play of the first quarter here, not by himself. There's McNeil. That's actually Simon Yu who is stepping in his place. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Western down 7, but they are marching on that ugly-ass Stanford mascot. We're beating them in the passing game. They've done nothing in the running game, which I love to see. They are beating us in 3rd downs, and they're averaging 0.2 more yards a play. Play clock running down to start the 2nd quarter. They're going to go speed option. Not going to pitch it. He's going to take it all the way, and it's a 2-yard gain, bringing up 3rd and 1. Looking for their first touchdown to match this Stanford lead. 3rd and 1 from the 2. Knott's going to feed on the Nacho. It's his senior night. Tackled at the line of scrimmage. Does not convert. But head coach Stevie Balls believes in his team to get 1 yard. Quick snap. Jeremy Skaggs. Reception. Tackle just outside the end zone. Western stays on the field. And here's another opportunity for Amani. I'm the Nacho up the gut. It's blown up. A loss of 3, and the Stanford defense is fighting. 2nd and goal with 4 yards to go. Read option. Knott's going to keep it himself. Knott's got the outside edge, and Tyron Knott is going to match the score. The freshman takes it in himself, and it is all knotted up 7-7. Stanford seemingly still with the momentum. They have the advantage of receiving next half, and they are finally getting something going in the run game. That's a 9-yard gain there, up to the 30-yard line. This is a big 3rd and 2 here from the shotgun. Chris Madden, tie ball game, looking to keep the offensive streak going. They're going to fake the pitch. Instead, it's a run up the gut, and that is an easy conversion to keep the chains going. 1st and 10. An all-out blitz here is the design. 1st and 10 at the 33. Chris Madden, single back formation. They stay with the run. Double juke, triple juke. Goodness! How did he get 9 out of that for Hazelton? What a play. Up to the 42. It's a gain of 9. 2nd and 1. They're going to stick with the run. No, it is play action for Chris Madden. He somehow has eyes in the back of his head, but it is going to fall incomplete. Good coverage there, and another 3rd and short opportunity. Stevie Balls is sending the pressure here. Morgan Abel trying to find his way to the backfield. He's hit him down. They're going to punt. That's what I'm talking about. Our highest overall player, Junior Morgan Abel, with a mean stick, and that is going to be, I dove for it, and that's a bone-headed play, roughing the punter for Dion Martin. No, that's one of our starters. Oh, and that's going to keep Stanford on the field as we're about halfway through the 2nd quarter. That's a big one. That's a tough, boneheaded mistake. Up to the 43. Tie game, 3:57 left. Last time these two teams met in the Natty, we saw fireworks. We saw a lot of points. That run is going nowhere. It's Morgan Abel again, having a dynamite Natty championship for a loss of 4. And the defensive trend is continuing in this one so far. They're going to go back to the run again. This kid's got juke moves for days. Somehow gets a solid gain to make it 3rd and 7 here. 3 minutes left in the first half. At the 40 of Western Kentucky, Chris Madden scrambling out, gonna hit his tight end on the run. Good coverage, but the reception falls in anyway. Up to the 28 in the 2030 Natty Championship. Not to mention, it's 2030. That's crazy. Why am I yapping? Chris Madden throws it straight to James Finnis. An easy reception for the defense. And there's the turnover. Both quarterbacks with an interception. And Western has 2:18 to try and take the lead before halftime. Starting with I'm the Nacho. That's a 6-yard gain. Adding on to his total for his final game. 2nd and 4. Not changing the play at the line of scrimmage from the shotgun. Good blocks there. That's a wide open reception for Nolan Rice. I think that's his 4th on the day. And it brings up 3rd and 1 here as the 2-minute warning just passed. From the shotgun. Not looking for I'm the Nacho. We've got him. I'm the Nacho doing excellent in the passing game today. And Tyron Knott has passed 100 yards so far. 1:48 running clock. Knott takes the snap from the shotgun. Now he's got Nick McNeil. McNeil, no one's even close to him. There he is. The Heisman in spectacular fashion. Speeds away. Knots on the money. Defender wasn't even close to him. And Western has their first lead of the game. And that's Chris Madden, who's going to get sacked down by Mafu Hardman, the senior, getting involved in the senior time action. 1:35, 2nd and 19. Madden trying to tie this up. Feels some pressure. Gets rid of it. It's a gain of 7 to the tight end. Tackled by Joshua Sash. 3rd and 12. Western letting this clock run again. They do have 2 timeouts if they want to stop it. They are going to go with the run game here, and that is tackled after a gain of 9. Western is going to have some time. 42 seconds to be exact if they want to add to their total. Knowing we kick to Stanford next half, we're going to start with an out. Nolan Rice has got a nice gain and some more. Goes out of bounds as Tyron Knott has hit 176 yards on the day. 33 seconds. 1 timeout. Nick Meal into open space. Nick Meal is going to get that up to the 23. Western has entered the red zone, and they are now going with the hurry up, trying to save that last timeout. They're going to go play action. Knott's got time. Looking to scramble out. He's just going to throw this one away, taking the stopped clock adage. 2nd and 10. Up to the 23. 17 seconds. Running clock. That's going to be a one-on-one. I'm the Nachos tackled in bounds. That's going to be a timeout for Western. 3rd and 7 here. Can we make something happen? Cannot get tackled inbounds here. Knott is going to give a one-on-one to McNeil. Not able to bring it down. And here comes the kicker. I think sophomore now, Jamarcus Bars in the national championship. He's known for missing a few chip shots. This one, the power is low, but the accuracy is good. The kick is good. And we are going into halftime with a 10-point advantage. If you're Stanford, you know you're in it, but you have to be panicking a little bit. You have to feel like you fought in that one, but you're going to need some plays if you want to come back here. Nick McNeil, player of the half so far, 4 catches, 105 yards and a touchdown. Tyron Knott's balling out other than the one pick that wasn't really his fault. Kind of blame that one on the lineman, 50-50. And so far, I like what we're doing. Stanford has shown an ability to make quick play touchdowns. They just have the one. But we have done a good job containing the run, and the big plays have been a minimum. 17-7 is your score to start the second half. Let's see how Stanford responds here. It's a read option. Pressure. Morgan Abel's there in the backfield again. Met with Trey Bloom on the outside. It's another sack, number 3 on the day for Western. And that's a bad start for Stanford, looking to get some momentum back in this one. That's shown straight to Joshua Sash. Sash has got a blocker. George Capers on the block. Joshua Sash, the senior, 20-yard pick 6. Stanford is in trouble. That's a big play. Big Red's excited. We're up 24-7. The second half just started. Chris Madden was looking to get the wheels rolling, and instead, it's a sack. It's a pick 6. Western hasn't even touched the ball yet, and the senior defensive back Joshua Sash and the great blocking of George Capers is enough for a touchdown on the play. 8-13. You gotta be scared now. You gotta get some points up. Mafu Hardman meets the running back. He's not going anywhere. Only 23 yards on the day. 2nd and 10 up to the 18. Can we steal this game quickly? From the shotgun, Chris Madden. That's a quick strike. Good reception from the tight end. This is an important 3rd and 4 right here. From the shotgun. Stanford needing some magic here. Play action for Madden. Madden over the middle. That's a miss. That's a miss. Missed tackle from the safety. James Vinnish trying to catch it. He's not going to catch him. That is exactly what Stanford needed to stay competitive in this game. It has just been 2 big plays that's keeping them alive. Regardless, the score is only a 10-point advantage as Steven Wilson, our 3rd string running back, is going to bring this one out to the 27. A solid return. Western is feeling the pressure now. Only up 10 here in the 3rd quarter. Stanford's defense needing to make a stop here. McNeil on the drag. McNeil's got his 5th catch on the day. That's a first down to keep the chains moving. Bread and butter here. One-on-one up top for McNeil. Angle route from the Nacho. Tyron Knott gonna take the shot to McNeil. McNeil, does he have him burnt again? Dropped! What a play that would have been, outrunning 3 defensive backs. Can't quite bring that one in. Instead, we're gonna hit Simon Yu. Oh, that's Nolan Rice on a beautiful screen pass there. Gets us the first down we needed. Back into Stanford territory. From the shotgun. Gonna send McNeil on that slant. Play action. Tyron Knott has McNeil thrown a little behind him. Nick McNeil, he's got the Jets. Nick McNeil! Touchdown number 2, and Western is unfazed. Going back up 31-14. The fans are feeling it. Having a great start to the second half. Can the defense keep the good vibes going here in the Natty? Chris Madden going nowhere. Sack number 4. That's Aaron Jennings in the backfield. His final day. Everyone's getting involved. 2nd and 12. 5 minutes left here. Chris Madden from the shotgun. Nice defense. That's Steve Magnifico who jars it loose. Incomplete. 3rd and 12 for the defense here. That's going to be a wide receiver screen. We're all over it. They're going to be well short, and still in the 3rd quarter, they're still going to punt. Can we add on to this lead and show Stanford we are the dominant school over them? The Nacho starts us off with a great run. 1st and 10, up to the 46, which every big chain mover, we feel like we are that much closer as the senior is starting to get a head full of steam, and we are wasting this clock with a 17-point advantage. There's Simon Yu on the screen, breaks a tackle. Everyone's making plays here. Tyron Knott almost has 300 yards so far. 3rd and 2 here. We're going to trust I'm the Nacho on this read option. That's an easy conversion. That's bread, butter, Coke, cheese. We already know. 1st and 10, right outside the red zone. From the shotgun, Tyron Knott, plenty of time. There's McNeil again. How many times has that been available today? Juke move, tackle just outside the 10-yard line. He's got 178 yards in the national freaking championship, baby. 1st and 10. Here is Simon Yu on the touch pass, looking for the outside edge. He's going to beat the defensive back. Does he have enough to get in? Tackled down at the 1. There's 304 yards for Tyron Knott. And can we get I'm the Nacho on the board for the senior? The send-off. Western Kentucky has taken full control of this matchup. up 38-14 in what I thought was going to be a step back season for this team. It would take a miracle for Stanford to come back in this one. Still one more quarter to make it happen, though. Last play of the third quarter, Chris Madden is going to keep it. He's going to take a solid angle here. Big hit there from James Vinnis, and that's a solid game, but there is a flag. It's a hold. It seems like nothing can go right for Stanford here. Nolan Tinker, he had a touchdown earlier. That's going to be the end of the third quarter, and that play is going to be backed up. And right now you can just tell we are dominating this game head to toe, start to finish. Not the best start we've had, but we've responded here. One more quarter from championship number 2. Chris Madden, that's an easy start. That could have been picked off. Great hit there from the defender, bringing up 3rd and 11 here. Can we get them off the field again? I would have to imagine it's 4-down territory at this point. Chris Madden, shotgun. That could have been a dime, but it is dropped. And they're punting again. They're not playing aggressive. Are they showing the white flag? I made sure I don't hit the punter this time. Here's Desiree on the return. Going to get met right away, but we're starting this drive at the 47. I feel like we've already put the nail in the coffin, but the touchdown here would really put it away. Let's waste as much clock as we can. I'm the Nacho, looking for the outside edge. That is going to be a gain of 4. He's got 54 yards, not to mention his receiving numbers, and a touchdown. A great send-off for number 9. Here's Simon Yu. Jet touch pass, looking to beat the edge again, following the great block from I'm the Nacho. He just makes plays. Everyone on this team makes plays, and you got to remember next season, Tyron Knott, Nick McNeil, Simon Yu, Jeremy Skaggs, they're all coming back. As Nolan Rice, this is also his send-off. He's had some good plays today. That's another first down, and the clock is just running more and more. 6.5 left. Not gonna take off, showing the speed. No, he's gonna throw it to Simon Yu. Simon Yu, he's gonna chop them feet. He's gonna chop them. I don't even want to play this game anymore. Throw it in the sim. Does Stanford even have a chance? Let's see here. 3rd and 3, 1st and 10, 2nd and 9. That's a big run. That's a big run. They do get the score up to 21. We waste some clock, punt it back to them. That's going to be, they're close. That's another touchdown. Less than 2 minutes left here. We've got the ball, and we are in enemy territory. The onside kick was recovered by us on 3rd and 6. Stanford not even calling timeouts. Ladies and gentlemen, this one is over. One last play for Nolan Rice. Just go down. 4th and 8. All that's left to do is to watch the clock tick down. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And national champions again. The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers with multiple freshmen, key seniors, take down the same Stanford team in year 6. It's been a long time coming, but in 6 seasons of this dynasty, WKU is national champions twice. Head coach Stevie Bowles brings home his 2nd. Nick McNeil, the Heisman, is a champion. Morgan Abel is a champion. Big Red, a champion again. Tyron Knott, a champion. I'm the Nacho, the send-off. Tyron Knott's your player of the game. Some fantastic stats all around. And what a phenomenal season finally coming to an end. Champs in year 3, champs in year 6. And the SEC is on top again. That was the last game ever for Martin Osgood. That was the last game ever for George Capers, Mafu Hardman, Steve Magnifico, Joshua Sash with the pick 6, Chris Madden, 2 interceptions, didn't have the most amazing game. Tyron Knott, after his first touchdown, bounced back in dominant fashion. Almost 300 yards, not a terrible game for Madden. Let's see how I'm the Nacho did in his final send-off. 57 yards rushing. We also had a rushing touchdown for Tyron Knott, and Nolan Rice 29 yards rushing for the senior. He had 84 yards receiving. Nick McNeil with 2 tutties, 178 yards. Simon Yu with 54 yards and a touchdown. Jeremy Skaggs was quiet today, but he had that big 4th and 1 conversion. Blocking Ben Uche Sr. He is headed out. What a game for him. The senior is done. And then defensively, obviously, we had Morgan Abel with some sacks. We had a lot of sacks today. Half sack, 1.5 sacks from Martin Osgood. Joshua Sash with the pick 6. And then we had, was it James? No, it wasn't James Vinnis. It was, James Bliss, who had the other interception. Bunch of big plays for this team, man. Could not be more proud. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now that we are 6 years in, and I feel like we have fully rebuilt Western into a dog, into a dynasty, these seasons are going to go on 2x speed. We're going to be getting through them pretty quick, but I got some more content for y'all before the new game comes out. Peace and love. Thank you guys for watching. Like and sub if you haven't already. Have a great day.